Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So today is update day, Friday of all days, and so the server will be down for about 2 hours at these times. With it comes some new changes, some bug fixes and balance updates. So first of all, the demon web pits. They're coming out with a fix for the Loth fight. This should, for some cases, fix it so that players won't get stuck inside the floor. Then the Imperial Citadel. Many of you will be delighted to note that the Scorpion mini-boss will be once again more difficult to kill. That will be in all levels of difficulty. Therefore, yeah, it won't be a big deal to just leave it on the boss. Still try and aim so that you hit the Hulk, but if you do hit the Scorpion, it won't be as big a deal. You shouldn't be able to kill it as easily. Then with the last boss, Emperor Zeleth, his cone attacks should now be more visible. With the Vokat's Arena of Blood, if you're a rogue Whisper Knife and you still for some reason used Killing Storm daily, it was causing issues that would reset the round counter. But if you're a Whisper Knife, don't use that daily power, use the Lurker Assault or use your Whirlwind of Blades. Then with the combat powers, some companions got adjusted. So Captain Elena Sartell's equip power here will no longer snapshot the player's maximum hit point when you initially equip it. The damage healed and dealt will now check your max HP whenever it triggers. That's this companion and that's her bonus right here. Can help to give you a bit of a heal and also generate some threat as a tank. But nonetheless, I wouldn't really use it. Then the companion, the Vistani Wanderer, its passive should now add to base movement speed rather than multiplying total movement speed. So this guy, yeah, he shouldn't be bugged in the way that when you summon him, he won't give more movement speed than, yeah, he should. But then the Shadow Elemental. This has been rebalanced to a single target damage companion. That's this guy right here. Yeah, he's a shadow. You can't see him. He was a lockbox exclusive companion, so I assume he'll probably come out in the Astro lockbox next, but he does have the ability to give crit avoidance and movement speed to your allies, which is nice, and then just deal some damage. And his player bonus is just there. It's also okay for an offense slot for dealing some extra damage, but it actually is bugged, I believe, to not have a proper chance to trigger. Ultimately, having him rebalanced to be single target means he should get a damage increase. I've gone and tested him, and we can indeed see that his DPS has gone up to like 41,000. So he has gone from like 24,000, rank 94, to now rank 6. At that 41,000 DPS. Pretty much in line with these other companions here. It can just be a variation of crit and enemy deflex depending on these small numbers, so I wouldn't look too closely at these ranks. They're pretty much the same there. But that puts him at a very viable state, which is definitely nice when you consider he also can give a little bit of team support. So it's totally a damage companion that I would highly recommend a DPS player use in order to just support the team a little bit. Of course, it's not that important. It's only crit avoidance and movement speed. He is a melee focused companion where he will just attack the enemy with like a strike using that stab. And then he also has a lunge, which is going to be like his assassination, which we can't really see unless the target moves, but that should help him make sure he's next to his target when he attacks. And with the log, you can see the breakdown. It's nearly 50-50 between the two abilities, but his max hit on this was upwards of 333,000. Again, be aware all these tests are done with my stats here. If you have better stats and you're using, say, Warlord's Motivation, all companions will equally just deal more damage. This is just to show the scale, how they represent versus each other. But let's move on. We then have items and economy, the Portobello's Wand of Sight. The magics of this item will no longer function in queued content. This thing allowed you to get past barriers. I have it just here. When you use it, you turn into this green eye and you can move around. And then when you like left click, you teleport back to where you were. But now, if we jump into queued content, we should no longer be able to use it. Basically, what people could do is get through barriers like this to re-enter a fight after dying, and it worked on an absolute ton of different boss fights. It's not like a lot of people did it. It was pretty unique to this wand, but since they are re-releasing the wand with that event, it's become more accessible. And yeah, it's been forever that it's been like this. I guess the devs are only finding out now. But yeah, to avoid people exploiting the game, I guess it's good to get it fixed. I can attempt to use it here in the queued content and nothing happens. I push the button, I spam it as much as I want, and nothing happens. So no point there. Just it's going to be a parkour adventure type of item now. Then finally, a UI and a UX update. User interface. Match leaders can now swap players between teams during a match through the queued instance management window. This has to be with queues of more than 5 players. What this allows you to do is go to your queue here. If I am the leader, I can go to match management and I can go to open instance management. And here you can move players between party 1 and party 2. Now, I'm not fully sure how this works. I can't drag or drop anybody. I can't find any options. Oh, let's make sure I'm queue leader. That might be an issue. Oh wait, I am queue leader. It just shows as not the party leader here. No, that makes no sense because here it shows that Gwen is the party leader. If I check the queue instance management, everybody does show up. Can I move people? No, I still cannot. But this icon definitely bugged. But ultimately, I assume this won't work unless I'm with more than 5 players, because no options are showing up here right now. And like holding left click and trying to drag guys doesn't do anything. I can't move them into the party above. So I guess we'll just have to wait for the update later today and we can check that out. I'm just looking on the preview server at the moment. I don't have enough players to fill a queue, so we can't check that just yet. But that is very, very good quality of life improvement for trial groups and coordinated endgame groups. Because you have content like these master trials where you need to have certain people in certain groups. Like in Zemna's Reliquary, you need to have a tank, a healer, and 3 DPS in one party, or yeah, it becomes a lot more challenging. In Rise of Tiamat, you need the same. You need 2 parties for either side, and it just gets a lot easier when they're actually split in their parties. Other trials doesn't matter so much, but it can help to have the tanks in the same party. But that actually is put aside now with regards to being able to see everybody in a queue on the left side. Ultimately, very nice that they're working on that. I would love to see a way that we could get full action points at the beginning of a fight rather than having to jump out of the instance, go to a dummy, or go to the training room and fill that all the time. It would be very helpful, devs, if going to a campfire like here would just fill your action points. That would be a perfect solution and would work everywhere. Just modify the campfire to increase your action points to full. Because if you're serious about your damage and your effectiveness, everybody just leaves the instance and then goes and fills their action points before every boss fight in dungeons, and goes and does that with trials as well, especially when you reset. So it would, again, be very helpful to be able to just fill your daily power immediately when going on a campfire. Anyway, hopefully this was somewhat insightful. Just today's updates and what's actually changing. It's a little bit odd that it's on a Friday, but better now than never. So thank you for watching. A special thank you to all of these channel members for your extra support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.